Episode 56, XY, September 18th, 2024. Talk show advice column for indoor residential wood burners. Today on the RAWSEP Talk Show, we will transform our show into an audio advice column dispensing advice like that of Landers, whose advice column began in 1955 and ended in 2002. Larry the Litigator will attempt to put himself in the shoes of a socially certain advice columnist who can heal any hurt feelings and solve any dispute between socially adjacent individuals with sensitive but no-nonsense advice. Our first audio letter writer speaks in hushed tones with hurt feelings and a need to socially solve a dispute with nowhere else to turn to than Larry the Litigator. Dear Larry the Litigator, my feelings are hurt every time I can't breathe. I can hardly get the words out to you, but I need to get the words out to an indoor residential wood burner whose PM2.5 wood smoke enters my yard and sickens me. I tried to let my PurpleAir PM2.5 monitor speak for me like a personal robot like R2-D2 by collecting data on the level of PM2.5 above Environmental Protection Agency, National Ambient Air Quality Standards, EPA NAAQS of 35 micrograms per cubic meter in a 24-hour period, or 9 micrograms per cubic meter annually, or by collecting data on level of PM2.5 above World Health Organization WHO standards of 5 micrograms per cubic meter, but my neighborhood indoor residential wood burner does not listen to the data. I was able to tell the indoor residential wood burner that wood burning is 90% PM2.5 particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. He was not moved by this information because he said it sounded rehearsed and not spontaneous. He prides himself on his spontaneity. We are so different. Is the indoor residential wood burner spontaneously oversharing his PM2.5? Can we be intellectually and emotionally close, but can the wood smoke itself stay in a galaxy far, far away? Sincerely, near neighbor estranged from a wood-burning neighbor. Dear estranged and strange near neighbor, you are strange because you still want to socially interact with the indoor residential wood burner who is threatening your life and health with his unnecessary indoor residential wood burning. You are a sensitive soul attempting to interact with a soulless hack who makes other people hack. My day job is as a litigator, and that is the role you need me to play for you. Start a lawsuit against this nuisance immediately. Here is my card. Sincerely, Larry the Litigator. Dear Larry the Litigator, I can't afford a lawsuit and I can't afford a litigator. I am hurt again by your insensitivity. I will consult a psychic on how to approach my neighbor when his aura is receptive. Crying on the inside, hacking on the outside. Sincerely, near neighbor remaining estranged from a wood-burning neighbor. Larry the Litigator. Well, audience, I've solved the problem of my receiving these incessant letters from a near neighbor who just hasn't got the cash. Solar Sue, what are you doing on my stage? Solar Sue. Larry the Litigator, listen to me. People need a carrot in order to move away from indoor residential wood burning. Larry the Litigator. A bribe? I will not allow such talk on my show. Solar Sue. No, a carrot, like a carrot and a stick both work to move a donkey cart. The carrot dangles in front of the donkey's face, and the donkey moves forward and pulls a cart that helps a human also move forward. The donkey doesn't like the stick, but if the donkey doesn't move forward, sometimes the stick is used. Larry the Litigator. Not on my show. I don't want to be sued for using a stick on a donkey. Solar Sue. Okay, the use of the word stick is a bad metaphor, but what else should I call it? I know, legislation. There could be laws passed against indoor residential wood burning that emits PM2.5 levels above EPA NAAQS or WHO safe levels of PM2.5 using data from low-cost under $400 PurpleAir PM2.5 monitors as evidence of the unsafe air pollution that indoor residential wood burning causes in the yards of near neighbors. And those laws should be enforced by, at first, fines, and then shutting down the indoor residential wood burning entirely. Larry the Litigator. Like what that sad, sensitive letter writer was talking about. No more talk. Just action. Solar Sue. The problem is that the wood burning industry has worked to allow certification of wood stoves as safe when they are not safe. Wood stove certification should not even be happening. Just don't burn wood to begin with. The Office of the Inspector General OIG watchdog of the EPA issued a report in February 2023 concluding that the United States wood stove certification program called New Source Performance Standards NSPS was flawed, resulting in most or all wood stoves certified as safe today actually not being safe and not operating with PM2.5 emissions at safe levels. This is because the wood burning industry has successfully lobbied to include huge loopholes to compliance to already too lax standards for wood burning stoves since the wood stove certification program began long ago in 1987. Larry the Litigator. 1987 was not that long ago. Wood stove users like to say wood stove use is traditional, but it is actually a current fad. It is a fad, a fashion, and a folly in certain well-to-do urban circles, which doesn't jibe with the image wood stove users like to have as loner anti-government subsistence farmers. Solar Sue. Well, maybe it's a mix of three-piece suit and straw hat. No, the straw hat has been tossed in the wood-burning stove with I don't know what else. I don't know their sartorial choices. I just see the smoke coming from their chimneys. And with PurpleAir PM2.5 monitors, you can measure just how high the PM2.5 levels are in your yard from their wood burning. Larry the Litigator. The problem is that PurpleAir PM2.5 monitors are used on EPA Air Now maps of smoke and fire to warn the general public of smoke, mainly from wildfires alone. The real superpower of PurpleAir PM2.5 monitors is that they can pinpoint the source of neighborhood wood smoke, especially when wildfires are not burning, using a PurpleAir PM2.5 monitor hanging from the eaves of a long-suffering near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner. No longer does the near neighbor have to act like a canary in a coal mine with only anecdotal evidence of human visible smoke, smell, taste, and touch to prove that indoor residential wood burning smoke is entering the near neighbor's yard and sickening the near neighbor. Like a friendly R2-D2 robot, the PurpleAir PM2.5 monitor can tell the story without the human having to venture out of his home to experience coughing, irritated eyes, and other more dangerous symptoms that might send him to the emergency room of a hospital in his effort to obtain evidence of air pollution. Larry the Litigator. So what kind of letter would you send me, Solar Sue? Solar Sue. In my letter I tell you that in 2024 rebates for heat pumps that work down to 40 degrees below zero, which operate also as air conditioners, and which are so efficient that they lower monthly electricity bills for heating and cooling immediately are available for at least the 23 states which applied for the program beginning in late 2024. Rural electrification has been available since shortly after World War II over 70 years ago, but in September 2024 the Biden administration began dispersing $7.3 billion to improve rural electrification through rural cooperatives. Larry the Litigator. Short and to the point. That is a carrot all right. SolarSue. The heat pump rebate dollar levels are based on 80% of mean household income. For instance, the 2024 median household income in Madison, Wisconsin for a family of 4 is $97,800. If your 4-person household income in Madison, Wisconsin is $97,800 or less, you can receive up to the $8,000 rebate before you walk out the door with your heat pump, which may make your purchase of a heat pump cost very little. You can look up the 80% of median income based on how many people you have in your household by county in a U.S. state at https://www.hoodooserved.gov/portal/dataSets/il/il2024/select_geography.odn. SolarSue. If you don't want to look up income levels yourself, watch the RAWSEP YouTube video for all 72 Wisconsin counties' income limits at episode 56 https://www.youtube.com/watch?v XW6X0KMADNW&T =468S or the RAWSEP YouTube video for all U.S. capital cities income limits at episode 56 XS https://www.youtube.com/watch?v ZK6/TT5 $T=76S. SolarSue. There will be more information about heat pump rebates, including on how to apply on the RAWSEP videos https://www.youtube.com/@RAWSEPresidents4370/videos as the heat pump rebates roll out across the United States in 2024. Call or write Larry the Litigator with your sad stories, or just tell your indoor residential wood-burning neighbor about heat pump rebates as an alternative to the sad solitude of hunching over a wood-burning stove for heat in an already heated-up world, thanks in part to the climate-hastening air pollution of wood-burning in a feedback loop of wildfire. Indoor residential wood-burning pollution, wildfire. Larry the Litigator. The role of Dear Larry didn't suit me. Thanks for your advice, SolarSue. Adieu for now from the Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates Talk Show.